practice today, and then we'll do more practice tomorrow, and then we'll actually check homework on Thursday, and we'll almost be done with the week. It'll almost be Thanksgiving break. I uploaded this resource to the posts. So this is hikai kak here, this pronoun. Singular side, top half, plural side, bottom half. And I'm writing to the right which ones are the same across all three genders. So the genitive and dative singular are the same for all the genders, and the dative and ablative plural are the same for all the genders. And then it's just kind of a translation guide as well. And that goes for illa, illa, illid also. It gets very quiet. I do have my sampler is plugged in for some reason. I don't know why. The only other thing besides hikai kak and illa and sort of this weird ista pronoun that is basically the same as illa, again, it means that or those, we get 6, 7-ish weird adjectives rather. Here they are. I will pick a lot of these for your vocabulary quiz on Friday. Uter there at the bottom is either, but I won't put that one in the quiz because of my initial typo. But alias and alter both mean other. Neuter means neither. Totus means whole or entire. Olus is one. No, I'm sorry. Olus is any, whereas unus is one. And I think y'all get nullus this chapter too. Nullus means none or no. Okay, that'd be 1.5 typos then. Yeah, here they are. We got to add in nullus. So nullus is like the adjective version of non. Means no or none or not any. So whereas nullus is none, olus is any. Okay, anyway, my mic is on. It got so quiet. As soon as anyone has a real question, please chime in. All right, I don't think we did this one, but you would have to tell me if we did do this one at the end of class yesterday. So labor unius numquam paterit has copias vincere. We might have. I know I got to it with my 9th graders, but I don't know about you guys. So unius, this is one of our new adjectives that I just pointed out. This is it with its weird genitive ending. Let's get used to, for some reason, pronouns along with these 7 irregular adjectives. They end with ius in their genitive. Who knows why? So these first 2 words would be like the work of one, right? Because unus in the nominative is just unus, una, unum. It has like normal nominative endings from the first and second declension. But here it has ius, so it's the work of one genitive. Never, numquam. Paterit is future, so will be able to conquer. Vincere is the infinitive at the end of the sentence. The work of one will never be able to conquer. And then we see has copias, and that's actually new grammar right there. So has copias, that has might not even look like anything. But if you look at the hikai kak chart, you can kind of find the has by looking at the bottom middle part. It is the accusative plural feminine version of this pronoun. So you can point to it there. I have way less lag today. That's nice. So it's just accusative plural feminine so that it can agree with kopios. It's not all by itself. So I don't need to like understand the gender necessarily. It's not super important here. It's not going to be the work of one will never be able to conquer these women. It's going to be these troops. Use kopios, I mean, clearly is the same case number and gender as has. So here it's kind of doing that adjective type thing where it's right next to a noun that has the same case number and gender as it. All right. We got another one here. Oh, by the way, these are on your homework sheet. So if you printed that out, this is number 6 and this should be number 7. So you can be like writing them down as we go. But if you don't have that printed out, that's not a huge deal. I get mixed reactions from people trying to print the PDFs from assignments. It's a PDF, so, or it might be a JPEG, but either way, it seems like you'd be able to print that. Okay, yeah, this one might be a JPEG actually. But Mores, we haven't seen him in a while. That's from Mos Morris, Custom, Habit. And Istius, this is what I was talking about here. Istius is the same as Ilias, okay? So don't think that we have like 3 crazy new pronouns to learn. It's just kak and illa, illa, illid. But ista, istud is just like the weird twin brother of illa, illa, illid. The stem is ist instead of ill, and you translate it the same. So don't even worry about it. But the habits like of that And of that, what do we need to understand the gender here? Because genitive actually is the same for all genders, so you're not really able to extrapolate a gender. But oh, look, what case is scripturus? Anyone? If scripturus is third declension, what case is it? Anyone?
Genitive.
Good, yeah, it is genitive. Who was that? That was somebody. All right.
That was me. That was Nevea.
Okay. I can't
Sorry,
always tell the voice.
It's weird.
No, yeah. Because I don't see you guys when I'm on my screen share, and then I hear your voices, and it's like, yeah, I can maybe tell who that is, but it's coming through a computer. So, but anyway, so yeah, it is that's genitive too. So it's the habits of that writer. Again, this is the same as if it was Ilias. I really can't have y'all thinking we have these three weird pronouns. It's really just two. Ista is like the evil twin brother of Illid. Sometimes it has like a negative connotation, and here that seems to be what's happening. It's like that writer. I don't think. Oh, I can. Italicise this. That writer. And then errant. We've seen errant a lot. What's errant mean, anyone? It's from Sum essay. It's not present tense though. You wouldn't say
they were.
Good, very good, very good. Yeah, it just means were. It means like they were technically, but we have the they here. It's habits. So the habits of that writer were, and the nimbus is a new adverb that means two. We're too evil. We're too evil. Yeah. So nothing weird here. But yeah, it's like Istius as far as Illid goes. It has its little genitive buddy here. So once again, I'd categorize this as more like an adjective type of thing than like a pronoun. They feel more like a pronoun when they're by themselves, when it's like illa by itself and you have to translate it as like that man. Or like he here, right? We translated just he once we understood it was nominal plural into these men. So we haven't seen that yet today. Maybe we will. All right. How about, there's at least one more. Yeah, so noli magistri tamen sub isto vera, docere audebant. I'm going to add a macron to this A. It's going to go away again. My macron button wasn't working yesterday. So audeo audere is that verb we got a while ago. It means to dare. And then nolus is this word I apparently left off of the vocab sheet, which means no or none. So noli magistri here is just like no teachers. That's all it means. No teachers, nevertheless. Wow, two vocab words I've left off of sheets right next to each other. No teachers, nevertheless. Sub isto vera. So this one's weird because isto, again, it's the same as illo, basically. Don't think of it as any different. Meaning, and when I say it's the same as illo, that means it's that or those, right? So illa, illid equals that in the singular, those in the plural. Whereas hic, hike, hoc is this in the singular, these in the plural. It is really easy to get those mixed up, like obviously, right? Like those almost feel like the same word, this and that. But they're not. We use this in like a different kind of way than that. You maybe never thought about it before, but this we would use for something that's closer to us as a speaker in a sentence, whereas that is like further away. So anyway, no teachers, nevertheless. Under that, and this is just an adjective that you guys forget a lot that means truth or true. And so I guess it's what we call a substantive adjective here. Oh, I kind of skipped the verb part, so we'll come back to that. But it means true from veris, vera, verum. So it's no teachers were, because audebon is imperfect, daring to teach, that's a newer verb, under that truth. I don't love this sentence. This is rare that this will happen where, because like veris, vera, vera, it's been an adjective for us. So I guess you could say like true thing, but I just kind of like bump that up into a full noun and say truth. But that is kind of an advanced technique that I don't really expect you guys to have down. So that's not a great example, but it is an example of isto being a kind of adjective type word that's just agreeing with vera. They're both ablative there. Yeah. Does anybody have their sheet out?
I have my sheet out.
I have my sheet out.
And
yeah,
this is how number 8 is on your paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have my sheet out, but I'm working on my English
Yes.
because
Okay.
she changed the due date. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's just weird. Why do Isto and Vera? They don't look like they have the same gender. Like on y'all's sheet, it's O and then A.
So on my worksheet, it does have the macron over the A in Vera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Okay. I'm just gonna check real quick in my textbook because it seems like those should have the same gender, unless I'm like not thinking of something. Let's see, real quick. Exercises number Isto Vera. Huh. Oh no. Oh, Vera doesn't have the macron. Weird. I guess. No, I don't really know. Under that truth. Under that truth. I don't know why they wouldn't both be ablative feminine. That's weird. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I'll let you guys know tomorrow if I reach any weird conclusion about that. That would clarify that. It just really seems like it should be ista. Like I know Latin's complicated, but some things are really straightforward where it's just like, we would use basically this guy right here, illa, not isto with an O. So that is weird. Vera. Okay, I don't know. All right, well, let's go on to this one. Vale buntne pax ad libertatis in patria nostra post hanc victoriam. So this one is a question, and if we bump off the ne, we see that vale bunt is what tense, anyone? Valeo means to be strong.
It's imperfect.
Not imperfect, it's bunt. So
Oh, well then it's future.
right, it's future, yeah. So if it would be a nt, it would be imperfect. So since it's future, what helping verb can we start the whole thing with? Was, were, will.
Will.
Will, and then we'll have our subjects before we even actually get to the verb, which is like to be strong. Will peace and liberty be strong in Patria Nostra, anyone? What is Patria Nostra?
Our fatherland.
Yeah.
Our fatherland.
Yeah. Nostra is just this kind of a boring adjective that means our. So in our country, after, and then, okay, here's a hic haec hoc. This is the honk form of hic haec hoc, which sure sounds like a goose or a duck noise. That is the accusative singular feminine version, if I look at my chart here. So again, it's almost like I don't need to fully know that it's the accusative singular feminine. It's just like recognize that it's actually hic haec hoc. Like that's the important part. But you're like, oh, there's hic haec hoc. Because some of these hic haec hocs do look pretty far away from hic, hike, or hoc. You know what I'm saying? Like honk and honk are kind of weird. Hewic's kind of weird. I mean, it just changes in all sorts of ways. Sometimes it's just 2 letters long, like he. But as long as you can recognize it's like it's from this pronoun that means this or these, and like obviously it's going well, maybe not obviously, but
I have a question.
yes. What's that?
So why would Pax or like Bunt, like, so would Val Bunte be 3 words in one or just 1 word?
It does end up being, we can think of it as 3 words in one, because in English we have to use helping verbs like will to translate a future tense word.
So
But
maybe remember it like this, like William Afton.
we're getting will and be, or I'm sorry, strong. Strong is a little better than well. Salveo is more like to be well. We're getting will and be strong from Vale buntne. But we have to put the subject in between it because that's just the way English questions work.
Also, when does this class end?
9 o'clock in 10 minutes. Okay, back to where we were. Will peace and liberty be strong in our country after, and so hanc victoriam is accusative singular feminine. So again, what I was trying to say is it's almost like you don't need to look at that and know that it's accusative singular feminine. If it looks like it could be those things, it's you would just be like, okay, it's going with victoriam. That's all that really matters. So this is just after this victory. All I'm trying to build up to saying. Like it's not that complicated. If it was victorious, then we would need the accusative plural version, and that'd be like these victories, right? Because these is the plural of this, but we're just using this because it's singular. I don't know what it is. If you look at honk and honk, it's almost like in terms of Hikai rules, NC equals M. That's something I told kids once. I don't think it helped at all. But like if you turn this NC into like a math equation, then it actually looks like it is accusative singular feminine. Anyway,
Mr. Calinello, I have an idea.
yeah, what's up?
For Hikai Honk, we should make a goose as the mascot.
That actually makes sense. Yeah, because at
And
least
my
the,
cousin hates goose, so
Yeah. we could say like this goose is gonna do something. What do geeses do? What do they hang out at golf courses?
they
Oh,
attack Piper.
this goose is gonna attack these students. Yeah, maybe because honk and honk sound like goose noises. And then I still don't have any mnemonic for illa. I have Hikai cock for something here in my hand, but I don't have any mnemonic for illa. And now we don't even have a goose thing for illa. But anyway, this looks to be the last one of the day. So doom is a new adverb, I think, or it might be a conjunction. It's kind of gray area there, but it means while. And then I see illy, and ibi is just there, and remanet is just to remain, right? So if illy is all by itself, who can tell me how should we translate it all by itself? I don't. It doesn't have a buddy. Yeah.
Isn't it those by itself?
Good. Those what though? Like what gender?
Those men.
Very good. Yeah. Because look, it's right down here. Remember, as weird as these are, the plural endings of all of these are right out of first and second declension. So if you see a long I, because the genitives are weird, that's actually not going to be genitive. It's just going to be nominative plural masculine. So that's how I think that was Ella knew that it's going to be those men. And again, I wrote it wrong. Actually, see, even I do it. Yeah, I did this totally wrong. Illa is that and those. So this is going to be while those men remained there, just from illy, we're getting those men because we can't actually identify like the specific gender. So while those men remain there, Ali, this is a new adjective from alias that means other or another. Others, because this is also nominative plural. Others, agunt nihil, anyone? I have ago down here. What would agunt nihil be? That's good old present tense, but how do we actually translate it? So, yeah.
Do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. And here, so this is an advanced trick because then I see a second Ali. So it's like others do nothing. And then I say others again, which sounds a little weird. Others learn. Disco is to learn. So an advanced technique to do there would be, so while those men remain there, some do nothing, others learn. Because I pulled up the dictionary entry for alias. It tells us like, it's usually other or another, but it can be some ... others. As in like, if it's showing up twice in what we call a list, the first one can be some. But that's kind of an advanced technique. It looks like we might have, this was in English to Latin, which we don't usually do, but we do have 6 minutes. So Cicero was writing. How do I write that, anyone? How do I say was writing? That's from Scribera.
Yeah, Scribus, but I don't know what it was.
So what person number tense do I make scribe something?
Singular. Present.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
First person plural imperfect.
Hello.
Yeah, good, imperfect, very good. Scribe fonts is third plural imperfect. And then we know that we never write, we usually put the verb at the end. So let me back up here. About the glory, how do I do that? How do we do about? What's that word that's from or about?
Cine? No, that's without.
It's another starts with a D.
Day.
Good. Day, Gloria. And I would put Gloria and the ablative, so I need to stick the macron on. Of the other man. So this is where it gets weird. So other man would be like, we need alias, but we need it in its genitive. So that is going to be, it's going to be Altarius. And that's like something that's kind of like advanced. But then weary, like man in the genitive of the other man. And his, we don't have the word for his. We'll get it in chapter 11. It's this Eos. his wife, Uxorus. I'll put her in the genitive as well. So it'd be something like this. Let's see, what did I come up with yesterday? Ollie. No, see, that's wrong, actually. Because it's one of those weird adjectives with an irregular genitive, it'll actually be Alterius. Yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, Ollius gets... There's like Ollius and then there's Altair. So I don't even know what Ollius looks like in the genitive. Oh, here it is. Oh, so it can be Ollie. Is that a typo? Ollian? That must be a typo. Anyway, those are like, they're kind of the same adjective, actually. All right, any questions, guys? I'm going to look into what I'm perceiving as a typo on the part of the textbook with this weird Istovera thing, Istovera. But any questions, guys? All right, cool. Good luck with the homework. You still have 2 nights. Well, it's due tomorrow night. In the future, if we return to this, which knock on wood, maybe we won't, I'll give you guys less, like that's a little too much time to do. That's Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday to do your homework. So we'll bump that up and it would normally be due today. But for this week, it is due tomorrow. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for participating and being so good about your mics today. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
What was that?
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Bye.
I'm done.